Hi, thank you for joining me for this review of this MJX Bug 6 250mm brushless RC racing quadcopter. So this is essentially designed to be an entry-level quadcopter. We'll have a look at it and see what it has. So anybody thought of maybe trying out a racing quadcopter, this comes very cheaply and is the cheapest entry-level 250mm quadcopter on the market. So it comes in this nice box. It comes with 1800 kV brushless motors, 4-in-1 ESCs, and 2.4 GHz two-way communication. The box is nice and compact and has a carry handle. So this can be easily used for transportation, which is always a good thing. So, and if we open it up, we've got a polystyrene box on the inside. So let me just take this out. So we get some bug stickers with their logo. We get a quick guide, which is very small but good quality and just tells you a few important things to know before you even want to start looking at it. And we get an instruction manual, also very good quality paper, very legible, good grammar, good illustrations, good detail, and really covers everything you need to know. So we get a very good manual with it. And in the box we get the star of the show. This is the Bug 6 250mm racing quadcopter. Looks very nice and impressive. You get the battery charger, which plugs into a USB, and it's got a micro USB that plugs into here, and then it has two balance ports, one with 3 pins and one with 4 pins. We get a star Phillips screwdriver. We get a tool to help remove the propellers. We get 4 spare rubber clear silicone washers. And we also get 4 spare propellers, which is always very good to have with a racer, because you're definitely going to break propellers. It's just part of racing. And then underneath here we get the TX radio control transmitter. So got a nice feel to it, a nice look, a nice matte finish. Looks very nice with the Bugs logo here. Let me get this out of the way. So let's have a closer look at the quadcopter itself. So 250mm frame. If we compare it to a eShine 250, here we go, same size, also 250mm frame. And notice on the eShine I had to improvise and make sort of landing skids, but it's nice to see this come with landing skids. But this It's not made of carbon fiber, but it feels very strong. So it is a very strong plastic and is still a bit flexible, so it should be durable. The cover here is just a fairly soft plastic held on with 4 screws, which I've removed, and I'll show you why shortly. Here at the back we've got 2 LEDs, and in the front we got 2 bigger, probably brighter LEDs. Now the props on these are fairly rigid and strong, but these props are designed so that you can fly inverted and upside down as well, which you need to be a bit skillful for, but if you can actually fly it upside down with these props too. An unusual prop nut. I haven't seen a prop nut like this yet. So round. Got our nice brushless motors. Sort of a little tail section here, peeking back there. Here we have our 2.4 gigahertz aerial, which you can always drop down, but you also want to make sure that if something happens you don't want it getting in the way of the props, so it's probably better to leave it right in the holder there. And then you've got another holder here for the camera aerial, 5.8 gigahertz if you have the one that comes with the camera, or if you install a camera that has a 5.8 gigahertz aerial, that will fit in here. Then underneath we got the battery bay, which is nice. It's different to have a battery bay beneath a racing quadcopter, because on most quadcopters you either have it in the middle or on top. Now this is, feels very light, and with the battery on as well. So let's just have a look and see how much it weighs. Okay, 359 grams. And if we compare that to an eShine 250 with the battery included, 540 grams. So, nearly 200 grams. This is nearly 200 grams lighter. So it should help improve its performance. And then the battery slides out here. It does hold in here quite securely, and this comes with a 1300 mAh 25C LiPo, which should be good for a flying time of about 12 minutes, and has an XT30 connection, which is a smaller version of an XT60 connection. Then this comes with various options. You can get the basic version for as low as $96 or 76 pounds. You can get a version that comes just the quadcopter and the camera. So this is the camera over here, a C5830 5.8 gigahertz camera, photo resolution 1080 by 720p. So this will fit in here quite comfortably and nicely. And let me just show you. I've taken the 4 screws out of the cover, and this is what it looks like on the inside here. So the camera would, the lens would go in the front there, the flat section would come here, it will plug into here, and then it gets screwed down and secured down over there. Then you get one that also comes with the camera and an FPV monitor, a 4.3 inch monitor with a resolution of 272 by 480, and a 3.7 volt 800 mAh lithium ion battery, giving a operation time of 12 minutes. And then the full version comes with the camera, the FPV monitor, and also the FPV glasses. And these glasses, you put the monitor into the glasses, and you can use them as goggles. So these are the upgrade and customization options for this. So let's just plug the battery in quickly. So here at the back, we put it in. There we can see two quite bright red LED lights at the back and two very bright front headlights. So this will be very good in the dark too, and will also assist with orientation in daylight. And if you're considering getting this, I would really recommend you get the one with the camera, because it seems to be quite well tailored, and you'll have less complications than trying to install a camera separately. Then the propellers are marked A and B. So A propellers are clockwise propellers, and the A propellers go on the front left arm and the back rear arm, and the B propellers are anti-clockwise, and the B propellers go on the front right arm and the back left arm. So to remove a propeller, we get this little tool. We just put that on. Then with the A propeller clockwise, we need to unfasten it by screwing it clockwise, because you fasten it by unscrewing it anti-clockwise. And then the top nut comes off, and then you can see there's a little washer in there, but we just pull it up and remove it. And I think this is the little secret, because this little silicone rubber washer will be what it is that holds it and stops the nut from coming loose. So if we put the propeller back on, there's actually, if you look very carefully, there's two little ridges, and on the shaft here there's also two little flat ridges. So to get it into the right position and lock it, you need to get it positioned so that those two flat pieces, and then it pushes down. Don't try and force it, because you'll damage that, and then it won't hold in steady position. Then we put the rubber washer back on. And now fasten it anti-clockwise. And then take this tool again, hold the motor housing and the propeller, and fasten it and secure it like that. A really impressive and good value for a beginner or entry-level racing quadcopter, and to be honest, it's actually a good one for someone who is accustomed to racing quadcopters too. Then let's have a look at the TX radio controller. So first of all, you need to supply your own 4 AA batteries that go in the back here, and this clips back on. You do need to remove a screw, but it's not necessary to have the screw in, because this clips in quite nicely and securely. Then this button on the top left here, the black button, is for your speed. So just a short press and you can adjust speeds. Well, let's put the power on first, and you can see a very bright power indicator light indicating it's on. You press there and 2 beeps for high speed. A long press will turn the lights of the quadcopter on or off. And then this is your lock and unlock button. So when you start it up, you unlock the motors, and then a long press will also lock the motors. The button on the top here is for 360-degree flips and rolls. And then this button over here is for the camera version, where you can take pictures or you can take video. These are the trim buttons over here, and then this button over here is for the radio controller calibration. It already comes calibrated, so you don't really have to use it, but if for any reason you need to use it and rebind with the quad, this is the calibration button for that. Otherwise, it really does feel nice. The sticks feel good. So first thing you do, hold down the unlock button, power up the radio controller, then plug the battery into the racing quad. And that's that. So let's unlock the motors. Then what you need to do, because this also has a 6-axis gyro, and it's actually good to have a 6-axis gyro on a beginner racing quadcopter. And to calibrate, you need to pull both sticks down and to the right, and you see the rear red lights flash and they go solid. And to unlock the motors, we press the red button on top, and that's the motors unlocked. And to turn off, we give it a long press, and that's it turned off. Now this should have a range of 300 meters. Let's see what will happen if it does go out of range and lose contact with the control transmitter, which we call a fail-safe. So we'll turn it on, switch this off, 1001, 1002. Now you hear that you also get an alarm saying that it goes out of range, which is a very good thing. Very few controllers have this function, and you know, this is something MJX Bugs has brought in, which is very good. So in addition to this having a low battery warning alarm, if the signal starts getting weak and it starts getting out of range, an alarm will sound as well. Anyway, we know now that it will power down within 2 seconds if it does go out of range. And can we rebind with it if we get back closer? Yes, we can. So that's the setup. Let's go and see how well it flies and performs. I'm going to just give it a quick test indoors. Now, if you've had no experience with a racing quad, please don't try this indoors at home. And don't even try and start up the quadcopter with the propellers on, because this thing can be dangerous in confined spaces. So, starting up. So it's still quite stable for a racing quadcopter, but you just really have to hold it nicely. Yes, that's all good. Stop the motors.